Hey, party people. I kept getting notifications and my gosh, can you believe it? My lips are still really red. The weather's been crazy here. I've been getting a lot of comments on all of my videos and I thought, why not just do a question and answer video, because I spend so much time typing my answers and I get a lot of the same questions. So I'm going to do a Q&A. The questions and answers are in no particular order, but I'm going to cover it all, everything all of you have asked. And then hopefully I will have answered all of your questions. So many of you want to know what the quick fixes are for my chronic pain or the fibromyalgia. And thank you for watching my videos. I'm very glad you enjoy them. So quick fixes for chronic pain and the fibromyalgia. I do take 600 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 hours. Now that is a dosage that my doctor approved, and you can't take more than 2,400 milligrams in 24 hours. So essentially, that's literally 3 pills every 6 hours. So 4 times a day. It's a little excessive, but it gets the job done for now. What else do I do? Depending on where the pain is. Lately, it has actually been in my jaw. Now, this is my left side. My left temple is way tighter than my right temple. One of you had some symptoms on the right side. Well, mine are on the left, and it can go anywhere from my neck all the way up behind the ear, in my sinuses, above the eye. I have a little bit of pain right now, but what do I do for that? I was about to say something, but so what do I do for the pain here? Unfortunately, it got so tight that I did need to crack my jaw, meaning I kind of go like this, and it cracks and it instantly feels better. It kind of feels like there's pieces inside. I kind of want to use the word specks. I know that's not good at all for the bones because it's just wearing it down. That's when it cracks, it's the mandibular bone and the socket joint kind of, I don't know, getting unstuck from being stuck in the middle. Now, while that loosens my jaw for the moment, I go back to having pain. I would not recommend cracking the jaw, and if it is so painful, I don't care what you have to do. Do not crack your jaw. It is only going to make things worse. Hence, I've had experience. I really just rub the trigger points, whatever hurts. I do 2 fingers, go in a circle. That goes for my jaw, my back, my knees. But yeah, lately it's been the jaw on the left side. I had a horrible headache the other day. And it was brought on by stress. I ended up cracking my jaw a couple times. Excuse me. I worked a lot today, and I'm ready for bed. So I thought I'd do a quick little question and answer. So the quick fixes are definitely the rubbing trigger points, whatever hurts. If it hurts, it should be a feel-good hurt. And then after about 15-20 seconds, it should ease up and you kind of feel relief. Now the back of the neck is pretty connected to the jaw up here. So I also rub behind the neck, and you can feel the pain literally if you touch trigger points in your neck. You could feel it in your jaw and your head. So the trigger point stuff is really good. I also got a TENS unit, and for those of you who don't know, that is the electrode the little pads, the electrode pads that you see at the physical therapy offices. I got that from the National Spine and Pain Center, which I talked about in the last video. I kind of nonchalantly brushed off the MRI. It turns out I have a herniated disc in between L4 and L5, and the cherry on top is that it's torn. So what did I do for this? I got a lumbar epidural. Now, I know people say that's dangerous. However, I looked it up. My doctor knew exactly what he was doing. He was really experienced. So the lumbar epidural actually injected cortisone into the disc area. I was fine for a week. Literally, no pain. And then it started to come back. I was just so frustrated. And so when I went for the follow-up, the doctor said, well, the cortisone's working, but now you're realizing the other pain in the other spots of your body. So I got 2 injections, the follow-up appointment, for the facet joints on the left and right side of my lower back. They felt good, but I'm still in pain. I don't quite know what to do. I know I still have the herniated disc, and I know it's torn. I have made my level of activity go down, but I think this one's gonna be a long-term chill out, no snowboarding this year. What's another question? Oh, see, I'm moving my jaw again. No good. How did the genetic test go? Well, the results came back, and they were exactly what I expected. And it was so detailed, it was incredible. Basically, they tested every pain medication from ibuprofen to Motrin to Aleve to Dilaudid to Vicodin to Percocet. Here's the story. There were bars, and if they were filled up, that was the likelihood that it would work. 0, none of my little bars were filled up with dark, except for morphine. So essentially, no pain medications work for me. Kind of already knew that, except for morphine. I can't really function on that. So what are my options? deal with it. I did get the injections. That's what I said earlier. It also kind of told me what my chances are with just a whole list of other medications, like everything from blood pressure to anxiety medications, which if I had this test done earlier, I would not have gone through every single medication that it said not likely to work or likely to have side effects. So it was kind of one of those things I wish I had earlier. But so the conclusion of the test is no medications work for me. Duh. And another cool thing that was on the test results is it ranked my level of sensitivity to pain. I was a 4 out of 5, so that means I'm really, 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 really sensitive. And they kind of explained it to me in the fact that if I'm feeling pain and I actually say something about it, since I have such a high tolerance, let me try and make this make sense. If I'm feeling pain, for everybody else, it's gonna be like a 10 plus, like a 20 type pain, and my body is feeling it more so than others. So it's a darn good thing I have a high tolerance, because everybody else would be kicking and screaming on the floor, I guess, based on my sensitivity level. So essentially, if I stub my toe, it's gonna hurt more for me than it will for you. What were some other things that came back on the test? It also told me what my reactions would be to things like methadone, and in correlation with I guess drug addiction type things. I would do really well on methadone if I ever had a drug issue. Not that I would. And so basically it was so thorough, and I highly recommend the genetic test. I think there was one more question. Okay, so cover that. So going back to the TMJ treatment, how often or how fast did my headaches decrease? Right after treatment, they were great. They were gone. But as the hours passed, kind of like numbing medication, it wears off. It took about a year to kind of go headache free. And then, so now I'm dealing with just the pain of my muscles aging, even though I'm 23. That's another thing. The spine and pain specialist was a little concerned that I had a torn herniated disc at 23. Usually that's something you see in someone who's 30 or older. So it kind of goes to show you the Ehlers-Danlos is playing a part in my pain levels, how my body is progressing. So that just, nails in the coffin how much more careful I have to be and to not snowboard. But that's debatable because I'm pretty sure I'll have another MRI soon to see how the herniated disc is healing. With that said, I have toned down my activity level severely so I can get rid of this. So there it is, your question and answer. If you have any more questions, I can definitely answer them. And I hope this was very helpful to all of you who kept repeating questions and I kept typing the same answer. And if you see my responses, they're like essays. So it was better to make a video. Alrighty. Toodaloo, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. My eyes are closing. See you guys later.